Good morning. It's a great rainy. I start talking, and this here in my lap suddenly appears. Yes, yes, suddenly, just out of nowhere, it appears. Oh no, this has got to be there. Maybe that'll be the thumbnail that shows up. It's in my kitty. So I'm Mary. I realized after watching other people's Vlogmases that they say that, and I don't because I just assume when I'm talking to my friends and my friends who know who I am. But just in case you don't, I'm Mary, and this is Swiffer, also known as the boss. Um, gonna make this one just a little bit longer today, not a ton longer, but a little bit longer. Um, I'm going to start off with something I got in the mail yesterday, which I ordered in August when I was at my besties in Indiana, Sarah's house, because we're both big, huge Stephen King heads. And I was on Instagram scrolling like you do, and I saw from this adorable dyer. Is it big? Yes. She has a she had a monthly, but you have to order each box individually. It's not a order the whole year. Stephen King box. And I'm like, okay, I'm at Sarah's house. I often come down here to watch Stephen King shows. I need this box. And she ordered this box. And then yesterday, she posted about getting it. And I'm like, huh. And so I went downstairs, and sure enough, it had arrived. And it is the Overlook Hotel colorway. And I've already wound it up this morning because I want to knit with it so bad. Now, mind you, it's not the colorway I want to knit with so badly because these are really not my colors. I mean, it's very winter. Like, I got up this morning and was looking outside at the color and went, huh, this yarn matches Christmas completely because it's got like a light blue in it that sort of looks like the snow against the gray skies, and then dark greens for like the evergreen trees, and then the red. So it is very Christmassy. But oh my God, touching it is what I love. It is a 75% American Coriadel, and I love the feel of it so much. And the smell. It smells very sheepy, and I love that. And I want socks. I want socks desperately. I have socks on the needles. I made no progress on the socks on the needles yesterday. It was all finishing the wingtips on the wingspan, and then I finished the cuffs on the shrug. So the shrug is now completely done. But I want to abandon those socks and make socks out of this immediately because it smells good. I love touching it, and I want them on my feet now. And I will make I will try to find a Christmas sock pattern. Like, it needs texture. I don't love vanilla socks, so it needs a little texture, and it needs a little texture for these colors to pop to, in my opinion. I did knit this. It's made out of Malabrigo Rios. I don't remember the colorway. I don't remember the pattern. I just whipped it out like in a day one day because I had knit a Hohi Locatelli's wildflower hat, field of wildflowers. I don't remember what it's called. This is a very pretty pattern using Malabrigo Rios and slip stitches in a way that makes the Rios colorway just pop. And I'd made myself a hat, and I made this to go with it, and I immediately lost the hat. So now I have this and not the hat. This is a little the kitty pins for the boss, who's in my lap currently. I keep looking out the window instead of at the camera. Sorry, but birds. What are you gonna do? The boss hasn't noticed the birds. Well, she noticed them earlier, but once she's got in my lap now, she's like, fuck birds, I just want lap. I guess it is time for this then. Day 5. Oh, and I was watching Cinematic Skeins. It's one of the new podcasters I picked up on YouTube. And she had an idea for displaying her daily Advent skeins, and I stole it. So I can show them all off at once without having to hold them in my hand. So this is day 1 through 4. And now we're... Sorry, I'm doing this because the boss is watching it, and she started purring when I put those over her head. She's like, what are those? Cats. What are you going to do, right? So, day 5. Let's see what we've got. Really? 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 Sorry, I did my nails yesterday, and I was like very careful, and I cut everything back, and something just caught on the yarn. And I'm like, why do I even bother? This is called Zuko here. It is a plummish reddish. So they're all in the same tonal family, and they're all muted, which, if we continue along this path, is fine. They're pretty. It's really nice yarn. And they're really gorgeous. They're just not me. And I should have known this because I've looked at the dyer before for a while. Like, I followed her on Instagram for a long time. And she makes, I don't want to say pretty. It's really stunning yarn. It's just all muted. And I should have, but she was doing The Last Airbender. And it's all, elemental colors. And I'm like, maybe she's going to experiment and go brighter. And that's why I bought it. And I was wrong. She doesn't appear to be going brighter. She still seems to be going muted. So we'll see what I do with this yarn. We'll see what the rest of the set looks like. I'm unsure. I don't know. And that's the thing about getting an Advent set, is that it's always sort of a gamble. You don't really, it's a surprise. You want the surprise, but you don't really know if you're going to like it. And that's why I never knit Stephen West's mystery knit-alongs for the big shawls that he does, because I've only liked like one out of all the ones he's done, and that's not a good average. And I should have taken that into account when I did this, but I just wanted to do an Advent, and the people who are doing the brighter colors schemes that I liked didn't have themes that I liked. They were doing other themes that I was like, So I thought I'd give this one a try, and it's pretty, but I'm not loving it. It's always a gamble. We'll see. Like, the yarn's not going to go to waste. I'll find something to do with it, but I think I'll really, unless one really next year, it's from a dyer whose colors I've loved in the past, who is also doing a theme that I love, I don't think I'll get one next year, because it's a big investment for, and I have so much yarn. I don't need more yarn, so unless I'm pretty sure I'm going to get something that I just love, I think I'm going to skip it. And like right now, I'm seeing Yarn Invent from Yarn Diaries. I wasn't following back in the spring, so I didn't see them advertise their yarn that I just love. And I'm like, oh, I want that one. And it is what it is. I'm going to pause right now and get the wingspan real quick. Okay. Did not plan well this morning. So yesterday, I finished off the tips. So I finished off the tips, which is the complete third section done. I don't know if you can see the feathers in it. There we go. Stretch it out. There's the feather. There you can see it. And then they get shorter as they go towards the middle. These are much harder to pull out so that you can see them. There we go. And you can see the other feathers right there. And then there's a spine in the middle that you're basically doing linen stitch on to make a sturdy center that's very sturdy so that you can spread the wings out really nicely, the feathers out really nicely. And I am going to run out of yarn again. This is all I've got left, or the biggest section. Like 50% of the shawl is left in that last section, I swear, and I'm almost out of yarn. So Vicki, you're right. I do knit way bigger than I should because this is the second one this has happened on where I've run out of yarn. So I am going to have to decide what to finish it off with. We'll see, but I won't worry about that till I finish knitting what I've got. But I've already called the owner of the shawl. We've already had a consultation on it. She knows I'm going to have to use something else. She's okay with whatever I pick, so I will consult with like Vicki and Sarah to make my choice because they're my go-tos. And hopefully I can find something that will work out. And I hope to have this finished in the next 2-3 weeks. But if I have to order more yarn, might not be till next year. If I do have to order more yarn and I can't finish this off, I have a third one to start. And I will get that one started instead. If I have to wait on yarn to finish that one. It is what it is. Today, as much as I want to start that new sock, I think I'm going to just finish off the sock that I have on the needles. That one may live in Sock Island for a while. You know, like the Sock Island is where things that are half done socks live. And I usually don't have that problem. It's just I don't love these socks. And most of the socks, even the socks I haven't loved, I've been experimenting. But now that I've got my formula down, I haven't had any trouble finishing the second sock. I'm excited to get it done and wear it. But I don't love this one. I'm going to like looking at it. It'll be comfy to wear. The yarn is really nice. It's the pattern I don't love. The yarn is delightful. This yarn is the Hazel Knits Artisan Sock. And this is the Wild Rice colorway. And I do recommend this yarn. This yarn is really nice to work with. It's a very dense, I am unsure how many plies, but multiple plies, nice, sturdy yarn. Which is why I'm like, I'm going to wear the socks when I finish them because the yarn is too nice to waste. And like I said before, that cable is real pretty. It just doesn't fit. I should have tried to adjust it when I started it. And who knows, I may still rip it out. Now, it's fine. I'll make them for wearing around the house because I don't wear them in shoes. And if they're looser when I go to bed, that's not a problem. You know, sitting here on the couch knitting, it's okay. I can wear those. That's what I'm going to try to convince my brain of. Yeah, I'm going to work on that sock today. Okay, I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to take the camera into the bedroom to show you the finished shrug, because I can't get a good picture of me wearing it, so I'm going to show it to you on the dress form. It's not a mannequin, it's a dress form. Okay. Okay. And here is the finished shrug. Here are the little cuffies I put on yesterday. I just realized I just got the litter box in this. Sorry. The collar. The other cuff. That's slicker than snot. Mattress seaming. That was just the best. And then, yeah, like, this is not going to be a thing that I look good wearing. I am too fat at the bottom for a shrug to really look good. But I will enjoy wearing it because I love the look of it. So I don't care how I look in it. I'm going to enjoy it. And then here is my hat and my shawl living together because I love them so much. And my African violet is blooming. Look at that. Yay. All right. That's going to be it for the day. Everybody have a delightful Sunday.